Hello students, a very hearty good morning to you all and welcome to GC Tech Hub CS tutorials. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss one important hot questions from the chapter String Manipulation in Python. This question is very important because it is an output finding question, but it involves strings. And because it involves strings, there is a lot of playing around with the index. Okay, so we will be accessing, the idea is we would be accessing every element of that string and we would be doing something with it, that is we would be processing something on it. So let us see how we can do that. So as you can see over here, there is a code which is given to us. This is the programming code, and it has asked for, the very first statement is it is asking for a string from the user, and the rest of the code is already there, which would be executed once the input is given. And it has been written what will be the output produced if the input is any of these. So in our today's class, we would be discussing the output for any of all these different sets of test data which is provided as input. In the first case, the test data which would be provided is A, B, B and CC. That is, string will be pointing to A, B, CC. So this is how it would be. So right now we have taken, I'm also specifying the negative indices over here. So you can see positive indices as well as negative indices. So whenever you get such type of a question, the very first step which you should follow is to quickly represent it in the form of an array of characters and to mark its positive as well as negative indices. This would make things a lot easier for you when you actually start dry running the question. So here basically for such output questions we need to dry run the code which is already provided to us, that is we have to simulate the working of a processor, as this is a question which you would be getting in your theory paper, and because it's a theory paper you will have no way of knowing uh, whether the program is actually giving this output or no. So you are completely dependent upon a dry run for that, because you don't have access to a computer, so you have to completely rely upon the dry run, and you have to make sure that you are properly executing each and every step. So that is why it is always a good idea to start from the very first statement of the program and continue in sequence. So the next statement here, as you can see, is count equals 3. So count is a variable which is having the initial value 3. Then we have a loop, and as you can see that while true is given, it means it is an infinite loop, because it is, this loop is going to execute till the time any exit point occurs into the program, and as you can see this is one of the exit points which has been provided, and there is only one exit point because here this exit point, it has been closed because of the presence of an infinite loop. Only when any of this condition arises, the exit point will be executed and this loop will terminate. So inside the loop we have a cascading if else ladder, as you can see over here. So in this cascading if else ladder, the first if statement you can see, if string 0 is equal to A. So if string 0 means whatever is at the 0th index of the string, that is the sequence string, that is A. So we can see that it is already A and this condition is true. It satisfies the condition. So we need to do something, that is string equals string 2. So there is a string slicing operation, as you can see in this statement over here. And what is being done is this label will now be pointing to another memory area which contains this string slice. Now what is this string slice? 2 colon and blank. That is, the stop index is not given. It is provided as 2 colon and the square brackets are closed. That is, the stop index is missing over here, which means it would start from the index 2 but it will continue till the end of the string. As these start and stop indices in string slicing, they act as string boundaries. Okay, so that's why if nothing is provided for the stop index, the last index will be considered. So that means this string is what? It is this BBCC, and hence now string would be pointing to a memory location which contains this. So we will again specify this also in the form of an array. And no need of, and yes, negative indices are there, so we will provide negative indicing also. So this association which was there earlier, that will be broken, and this is the new association now. So my this first string, right now this string, it totally gets assigned a new string or a part of the original string. So this object is not destroyed, as you can see over here. It is still in the memory but it is unnamed now. That is, we cannot access it anymore. That is because of the immutability of strings. So as we can see that the first if statement has been executed and this statement was executed, hence none of these would be executed. Now they would be skipped, because in cascading if else ladder we know that if one of the conditions is true, only that particular statement is executed, rest all are skipped. So now we move to the next iteration of the loop. So the entry point, the exit point was not executed this time. So we go to the next part of the loop, and over here you can see that still this is the string. Now the string points to this string. So we start with if string 0 is a or not. So here now this condition is false, hence this statement will also not be executed. Rather we would be now coming to some other statement, that is we will be checking this statement now, elif. So elif string -1. So -1 means this index, is this equal to b? Answer is still no. So again this statement won't be executed. We come to this statement, that is else count plus equals to 1. So now count will be incremented by 1. So count now becomes what? 4. And there is a break statement here. So this break will be executed now. So once this break is executed, that means this loop is exited now. And we come to this print statement, that is print string. So now what is the string here? It will print this is the string, and print count, which is 4. So the output for the first input is this. Let's check the program for the second output now. So now the second output, that is now your string is AACCBB. So we'll provide the indices here. Right? And count is equal to 3. So these two statements are executed. Now we again start with while true. If string 0 is a, so yes, string 0 is a. So the statement will be executed. That is, string will now be pointing to what? The same 2, index 2 to the last index, that is from this position to the end. So it will be CCBB. So this is my string now, and none of these conditions will be executed. Again the program will, the loop will be iterated next time. So now what all things are there? So as we can see, if string 0 is A, so again now this condition is false, so the statement will not be executed. We go to the next one, that is elif string -1. So now string -1 is B. Yes, so this condition is true. So this statement will be executed. That is, string will be now assigned string slice, which goes something like this. Now the start index is missing. That means it will consider the first index only. It will start from index 0 only and end at 1, because the stop index is 2 and we know that the stop index is always excluded. So that means it should be string 0 to string 1. So what is string 0 over here? The 0 is C and 1 is also C. So that means CC is the string. So now the string would be allocated this string and this association will be broken. Fine. And this else part is also not to be executed. Again the program control will go back. It will again now start from the first if statement here. That is from this part. Is string 0A? No. If string -1 is B, that is also no. Else, so if both these conditions are false, then this is my last resort, hence this will be executed, that is count plus equal to 1. So now count will be incremented by 1 and break will be executed, that is loop will be terminated, and we will be now printing the string, which is what? CC, and the value of count will be printed, which is what? 4. So this is my output for the second input. And now we have the third input. So now we have the third input, that is ABCC. So string will be now assigned this value. And count is equal to 3. So we write count over here as 3. We start from while true. So if string 0 is A, yes, string 0 is A, so this will be executed. That is, now string will be equal to string 2 colon empty. That is, it is something like this. This stop index is missing now. So again, as usual, it will start from 2 but end at the last index, that is 3. So now the string would be what? It will be CC. So these two will be skipped because the first if condition has been satisfied. So elif will also be skipped and else will also be skipped, and again the loop will be iterated. So now next is, we will again start checking from the first condition over here. That is, if string 0 is equal to A, so unfortunately this is not uh, satisfied. So this statement will also not be executed. We come to the second part, that is elif string -1 is equal to B, that is also not satisfied. We come to the else part and execute these statements. So count will be 4 and break will be executed, which will help in loop exit. Now we print the string, which is CC, and we print the value of count, which is 4. So this is the output for the third input. So students, with this, we conclude with today's class. Please practice more questions of this type. And in the next class, we'll be taking up some more questions, some questions from lists.